And we're off and underway under the lights on Friday night. Manchester City looking to make a statement at home, and aiming to spoil that party and prove once again they can challenge the league's heavyweights. As City come on the attack straight away. The new Brighton goalkeeper, Ndozi. Bene already making an impact here.
Area she picks up. Casper Wright, we know she loves to get forward. A little bit of indecision for me. And that Brighton back.
Casper Wright. Into Shaw. Good tap in, just can't quite control it, but we know that the danger she is in the box. WSL all-time lead.
Right, that little underlapping run, just holds it up. Just that ball, it's in an area waiting for someone to.
Well, 3 of Vivian Miedemar's goals have been winners against Brighton. Here is Madison Haley for the Seagulls. Harvey on that left-hand side, Lauren Hemp. As Miedemar chases on. The offside flag.
Compared to match day 1. And the fact that City weren't clinical enough.
Hasegawa this summer, returning to Brighton on loan from Arsenal. And now that, of course, gives her a chance to impress in a Brighton shirt more. Slip of pass from Kiara Keating there, and Brighton will have the first strike from Yelena.
You know, we've seen this from City, whether it be Keaton or Yamashita, they do take those chances. You're in from the start, you've got to make a different type of impact. You know, our forwards, the Lionesses, in the summer, they did a great job.
To push Kirby off. You can see little moments of Brighton. They're pouncing on mistakes that
in between the centre halves. It's working really well.
Greenwood. Swinging into the box. It's headed out by Alex Greenwood.
Fast start the first 2 or 3 minutes. Good header that was, by the way, from the spectator and the crowd. Has to be the aim, but for me, they're still short of winning the WSL.
Depth on bench is what they struggled with last year, plagued by injuries. She's got option to Adjuman on her left. She does choose. It's a nice dink in. Madison Haley was waiting, but
wasn't an accurate ball back and just seemed to be on their heels.
And she's in Brighton's back line. Hasegawa. Keating being pressured in. That's it. Over 10 minutes in. Those teams feeling each other out in these first 10 minutes, but Brighton have done well. But here is Manchester City and Viviana Miedemar. And Ndozi does well. The new Brighton goalkeeper gets down low, and she looks like she's picked up a slight injury in the process.
I think you see him there. Actually, it's the studs making contact with the ankle of the goalkeeper. Just there, she almost steps on her because she doesn't quite get the first touch that she wants. The ball gets caught underneath her. Fantastically weighted ball into her. I think she's maybe trying to be a little.
A lot of confidence to Brighton as they are on the attack here. It's a lovely through ball from Kirby to find Adjuman. Goes for the shot. Kirby. Show on Manchester City. And City are punished. And it's Frank Kirby back on the score sheet.
They keep it alive. Love the way that Frank Kirby then, she keeps going because she's on the left-hand side of the box almost at this point, so she keeps her run going, picking up the bits and bobs in the second phase. Really good finish, just really quick.
Brighton won.
Well, it's brilliant work. Frank Kirby actually starts it there. Good ball to Adjuman. You may be expecting this to go in, to be honest, the form that we saw at the Euros. It does.
Well, it almost came out of nothing. Michelle Adjuman with it to make the Euro squad. Serena Wiegman was not going to take her. But she still got goals in her. As City, well, Brighton have never beaten Manchester City. As they come again, Hemp does really well to get away from her marker. Here is Miedemar.
Difficult opportunity, but this is what we love to see, isn't it? Lauren Hemp in full flow, running at players, committing defenders. And then the cutback, the awareness. Yes, there's a defender.
As City once again are on the back foot, looking for a response. Here is Benet. Her first start for City. Can't quite find the composure she needed there.
Hard and low. Try and find that left-hand corner. Just see. Brilliant ball, by the way, again from Lauren Hemp. Benet here. Yes, she gets pushed wide, but then when she cuts back in, the little touch, that's got to go.
Reina. Hajiman lurking on that 6-yard box. Ball in the back of the net in their last game. And she's got one on the sheet here, and here is Michelle Hajiman. And we know what Frank Kirby can do.
Watching them play.
They're an exciting team, up-and-coming team. They had a really good season last year. As Hajiman is fouled there by Kasparaj. But they had their best ever free kick for Brighton. Honest Lagers and Kirby stand up. Keating looking to punch on that in the end.
I think it's for a goal kick, but doesn't get a touch. But either way,
Keating's only 21 years old. She had that breakthrough season in 2023-24. Actually won the WSL goal. Yet to score a goal. Joined Larted. Haven't seen much of her. But she's impressed, and here is Bunny Shaw. We know how she can impress.
The run. She'll always threaten on the back shoulder, Bunny Shaw. There's no doubt about that. Nice little piece of skill. It's about that end product, just trying to find.
For Manchester City that Alex Greenwood will take. Picked up by Hasegawa. And leaping the highest in the box.
It's exactly what you want from your goalkeeper. To be brave, to be strong, to come and command the area, collect that. Yes, come in.
Battling with Kasparaj.
That's what you have to do. There's so many teams that come to the likes of your Man Cities, your Chelseas, they can go toe-to-toe.
About bridging that gap with the top teams. Here is Hemp on the edge of the box. And swinger in. Here is Benet. Hemp beats her marker. Miedemar's in the box.
Again, Lauren Hemp, this is what you want to see. Engaging defenders. Away. That's why it's the corner. A little bit fortunate there, diving around Brighton.
Brighton still leading the home side.
Look at that, the likes of Mary Fowler.
Kilda Brown looking for the pass. And a Miedemar, but a yellow shirt swarmer. And Reina gets out. Played. Hemp. Good cross into the box, and Bunny on the end of it. Can't quite find the target. But pressing Brighton.
Brilliant from Lauren Hemp. She's been the standout player for Manchester City for me down that left. It looked to be inch perfect, but maybe just half a yard too far in front of Bunny Shaw.
She scored 19 goals last year, with injury too, as Wahabi plays it into the box. Switch of play to Adjuman. Frank Kirby's running up. And Bene does well to get there, to clear that.
Maybe one, not let that bounce, or can she find Frank Kirby that little bit earlier? Just because for that half a second.
Kirby. Good chance for Brighton. Adjuman.
Is that they're not settling. They keep going. They want that second goal. It's a real good effort back across, man. Yeah, diving to obviously try and get back in there, but just can't quite get there. Adjuman
wanted to find Madison Haley, I think, there, but Rayner picked up Hemp.
Yes, we know they like to be possession-based and play through the thirds, but you know, if they've created that opportunity where they've pulled Brighton onto them because Brighton are getting joy, if there is that space in behind.
And the question is whether they can hold on in the second half, as Hemp finds a good through ball for Miedemar. Box. Greenwood decides to create a chance. Goal kick for Brighton, coming off Kasparai there.
Something we've probably not seen. Expertise in that delivery. She's not been able to get forward as much as she would like, and obviously slightly different as well at
closing in on half-time in these last stage before they head down the tunnel for half-time. Hasegawa to stand over it. Alex Greenwood. Pryor with the header across the face of goal.
Net somewhere, but it was the right idea from...
Minute of added time in this first half. Bene out to Miedemar. And Miedemar gets away down that left-hand side. What a chance for Manchester City to level just before the break.
Yeah, I think it's a really good save as well. In terms of, look, the little tricks, the flicks, played on 1 and 2 touch. It's getting behind Brighton quickly. Not sure if this is a cross-control action, actually. You'll see it on this angle. Off the defender on the way through, so makes that save from the goal.
And again, it's safe hands for the goalkeeper, and that is the half-time whistle. And at the break, it's Brighton with in the early stages. A rebounded strike in after Adjuman at the break. They've made the long way up to Manchester, and a substitution at the break, and it's going to be Frank. Decision, Courtney, from Vidicic at the break.
I mean, it could be, but I thought Frank Kirby was playing really well, so you know, that makes me inclined.
In this second half, Hasegawa. Here is City then again. Good cross into the box. Shirts from Bene.
There's opportunities in the box.
Here is Bene again then. Leaves it for Kasparai to dink in. Here is Miedemar from the Dutch international. And she
scuffs it. Bene again, industrious, doing well. Finds an end product that time to the overlap of Kasparai. Just completely score back of the net, but sometimes you're better off just putting your...
With the throw-in. Haley leaves it for Rayner, and Hasegawa just
She's clever, she doesn't get caught in a foot race with Adjuman.
Miedemar shoving off Shankovic there. It's round 2, 3 players inside the box. And again, she wants to get her foot through one of these shots.
And you know what, there's an element as well. There's an element of anger in there because she's frustrated, and sometimes...
As Hasegawa takes this corner kick for City. Overshed, Bunny Shaw heads it back in. Shaw. Hemp. Looks for the overrun maybe. She goes herself. Chops it into the box. City playing better though in the...
She just gets caught a little bit underneath this one, I think. Bunny Shaw, you want her to rise high. Good connection and head that back across. But not with any great purpose. There's maybe just a little bit of a nudge in the back, actually.
Leicester City's new manager. And Hemp leaves it, but are chasing the result tonight. There is Simons. Rule with a good spin, looks to find the run of...
To find the back of the net because of the calibre of players they've got on the pitch. I just feel like City are just starting to try at least and take control of this game more.
Passes back to Miname. Here is Bene, picks out that long pass brilliantly. Looks to find... Here is McLaughlin. Hasegawa. One back by Brighton.
Can tell though, and this is nothing against Nordham, they have lost that little bit of quality without Frank Kirby on the pitch.
Haley.
Be a difficult one. Back to goal, you're trying to turn. You've got defenders in your way. Edge of the box as well.
Kasparai. Plays into Bunny Shaw. Miedema's in the box. She goes herself for the shot, saved initially, and eventually she does collect it.
Bunny Shaw comes out from the number 9 position. Now, yes, Miedema's backing off the edge of the box. There's Lauren Hemp, but...
Wahabi with the cross, looks to find the head of Bunny Shaw for Manchester City, and it was coming. Pressure on pressure. And Bunny Shaw
under such immense pressure. And then this ball in is inviting, it's just waiting for someone to go in. Got to admit, I think the goalkeeper can do better here. Bunny Shaw certainly does. There's only so many opportunities you can give this calibre of player. Yes, they've missed a lot of opportunities, but fine.
Wing. And it's all level. Again in the box. What can she do this time? Still danger. Herself this year, though.
Especially when you think spent quite a period out with injury as well. So to
another corner kick for City. Into Hemp. Well, that's McLaughlin down for Brighton, holding her left leg there. Looks to... A couple of substitutions for Manchester City too. Fagino is back, and Carolyn, the Brazilian international, won the Copa America in the summer. Hemp, as City look for the second. Blankilda.
Let's have a look at this. I'm not sure. Well, it doesn't go in the back of the net. First of all, it's Bunny Shaw just competing, but Kilda Brown making sure she's there.
Back and Seke charges onto this. And Kasparai does well with her strength to win that back. Cross from Madison Haley, and what can Seke do here? Looks to go for the shot herself. Get down low to her right.
And yeah, good save by Keaton, but what I will say is if your keeper gets caught at the near post there, I think you're really disappointed. So it's a good save by Kiara Keaton, but certainly one you'd be expecting her to make.
Rule. Out to Ori. Here is a good chance for Brighton, deflected.
And I think if Nordham hits this with more venom, despite the deflection, it still goes in. It probably wrong foots Kiara Keaton. Just, you see, just doesn't quite get...
But a miscommunication from the Brighton pair. Here is Seke again. Will be raised.
Yeah, it looked to be on first viewing. Also telling with all the defenders.
Carolyn. Gets away, does really well. Still with a chance for City.
She's got that Injection of pace, hasn't she?
Manchester City on top in terms of the tackles they've won, but it's been an end-to-end game. And Carolyn into the box. Hasegawa is there, free. Chooses Fujino on the edge. Here's Hasegawa, and a chance, and she does take it, and it's too easy for the home side, really. And Yui Hasegawa.
And this is wonderful play on the edge of the box. Short and sharp. The Brighton defenders are asking for offside. I think she's really clever. I think actually run forward too quickly, just changes the angle of her body. And then at this point as well, look at this for a finish. Opens the hips out. In the side hero, but she's on the score sheet tonight.
Well, she controls that midfield, but occasionally she does find herself.
That's down to Manchester City, but definitely the second half performance hasn't matched the first, and players have so... I don't think that's a foul.
Here is Seke. Good cross into the box, no one is there. Shankovic. Haley again tries to get away from Kirsten Kasparai, who does really well to get the...
I think she's done well tonight, actually, Kasparai.
Well, Brighton looking to level things, to get something on the board, and it's straight to the hands of Kiara Keating. And City just slowing down the tempo now, slowing down this game. They know they're in control. Hasegawa. Darts down and finds Lauren Hemp. Cross in, Bunny Shaw. Carolyn to chase Greenwoods.
It's the right idea.
But she looks promising, Rosa Kafaji.
Yeah, she does. We were talking before the game, weren't we, saying, you know, for whatever reason it hasn't worked out. A player that we both like to watch.
The winner for City. Here is Lauren Hemp. Nordum, who's just come onto the pitch. What can she do for the Seagulls? Finds Seke. And Greenwood for City there.
Yeah, initially look outnumbered, don't they, by the long ball man.
Rule.
Freedom.
Here is Seke. Pass back to the keeper. It's deflected only as far as Michelle Adjumang.
Well, it's the right idea from Keith. It's like a side foot, and I think it's because of the angle from her teammate Lazelle that the pass back doesn't help her. It needs to be a little bit wider so she can...
Brighton play it fast into Seke. Looks to beat Lazelle. Nordum can't. Hemp. In that central role now. She looks to eye up the goal, I reckon. And it will be Greenwoods to strike this. Well, there is the full-time whistle at the Joy Stadium, and Manchester City do get the job done. A first home win of the season. Would have wanted after that defeat at Chelsea. Frank Kirby struck first for Brighton, but a big second.